Hi students, hope all are safe at home. This is a video presentation about some relevant topics on aviation management. Let's move on to the PPT presentation. Well, today we are going to talk about airline reservation system, flight scheduling system, departure control system, baggage and cargo handling, safety and security system, environmental management system. So we are going to talk about all these in detail. Talking about airline reservation system, which is ARS. The airline reservation system is a web-based booking solution that helps in consolidating data from the airlines through the use of GDS. So GDS, that is Global Distribution System. So we can say it is a booking system of various airlines with the help of GDS. Here we can see ARS incorporate flight schedules, availability of flights, and its display of flights. So next it displays fare codes and rules, or we can say fare tariff. Now fares are decided a free hand for each and every airline for each and every destination that it flights to. So there are certain fare codes and rules regarding fares. Now, some of the fares are refundable fares and some are non-refundable fares. And who decides these fares? The airline decides the fares. So now coming to passenger information, or we can say passenger reservation. Your passenger information always give out with regards to reservation system. So passenger has to mention his details like ID cards, etc. Electronic ticketing like e-ticketing and boarding pass are also issued in ARS. So it's issued online. And ticket records are also kept in ARS. Coming to flight scheduling system. So here you can see different factors which considers flight scheduling system. So schedulings are very important in a flight, because passengers rely on these schedules whenever they need to plan a travel. So if they are looking like morning flights or late evening flights, the schedules of the flights are given to the passenger at the website of that particular airline. Looking at them, there has to be strategic goals which is decided by the airline. So if an airline decides which strategic goals they have to follow. So next is route network. The airline decides which route they want to operate on and which route they don't want to operate on, depending upon the profitability of that particular route. Now passenger demand. So what is passenger demand? Like it is again one of the criteria which leads to scheduling of a flight. So because there are certain sector, like we can say for an example, there are certain sector for like metro cities like Bombay, Delhi, Bangalore, etc. These have high demand of passengers to this particular route. Why? So it is because these are commercial capital of business cities. So next coming to aircraft type. So most of the time for shorter distance, the aircraft which is known as ATRs are used. Shorter distance means like for 30 minutes, 45 minutes travel. For longer distance, Airbuses and Boeings are used. So that is aircraft type. Human resource factor is very important. Environmental regulations. Because of different weather conditions, etc., the environmental regulations are also taken into account. Next is what airport restrictions. So there are different airports all over the country which are military airports. For example, military airports. Only for those airports there are certain restrictions which the airline needs to follow in terms of they cannot have very early morning flight or late evening flights. So the airline need to take care of the airport restrictions too while scheduling the flight. So next is contingency planning. In terms of any emergency happens, you need to have acquired certain contingency planning. And next is safety regulations, which each and every airline needs to take into account. Like for safety regulation, for example, Delhi being the capital of country, there is a lot of safety regulations whenever you are flying over Delhi, because of its political scenario there. So hence the airline needs to keep in mind all these factors when they are doing flight scheduling system. So next, coming to departure control system, that is DCS. So in this particular segment we talk about check-in. So whenever there is a departure, there is a particular protocol, or we can say some procedures that need to be happen or follow. So in this procedure of departure, check-in comes first. So after the check-in procedures, the passenger is allotted with boarding pass. So next is seat allocation. So seat allocation, which is done depending on what seat the passenger want. So that seat is allocated, and you can also book, select your seat online before each and every flight. The airline nowadays give a lot of options to the passengers to in case of seat allocation. So next, coming to checked baggage. So baggage need to have a particular weight. So you cannot carry more than 20 kgs per passenger if it is a domestic, and not more than 30 kgs in international airline. Load factor, load control which happens in the aircraft. So then passenger identification. So passenger need to identify themselves with the help of ID cards, and that is checked at the airport counter. And now, what is denied boarding? So there are passengers who are denied boarding, and there are various factors for being denied boarding. So if a crew, like for example, we can say if a crew member or an airport staff feel that the passenger is highly under an alcoholic stage or taking drugs, etc., they can definitely deny him boarding, because other passenger lives can be at risk because of such a passenger. And next comes to no-shows and standby passenger. So as you all know, you have studied what is no-show and standby passenger. Like at times passenger might have checked in, but he doesn't show up at the gate or gate where the aircraft taking the passenger into airline. So that can be a no-show or standby passengers. And interline connections for different longer routes of flights are also there. So next, coming to pre-boarding technologies. So these are the technologies which the passenger gets in at the airport before boarding. So here we can see the flight information display system, which shows that which gate he has to go to for his particular flight, or what time the flight will start, boarding, time of boarding, etc. It is displayed. And next, Wi-Fi hotspots. So there are free Wi-Fi hotspots in airport where he can use his Wi-Fi. There are recharge stations in the airport where he can charge his mobile phone or smartphones. And there are mobile apps which are available for passenger at the airport. Next, check-in options. So we have come in an age of digitalization which was not there a decade back, where you have do manual check-in. So now it's all in your fingertip. So now there are different options for check-in. So first here is online check-in. Its online check-in is on website of that particular airline, and then self-service kiosks that are inside the airport area, and you can do self check-in there. Next, auto check-in using geofencing and smartphones. For check-in you can use your smartphones for and there are definitely physical check-in counters where you can always it is located in the counters are located in the airports where you can physically check in. Key steps in security scanning. So first is confirming traveler identity. So passenger has to confirm their traveler identity. And next is X-ray baggage screening. So that the baggage is screened. So like if there is anything that is not supposed to be there in the baggage, it is taken out. And also body screening, which happens for each and every passenger. In-flight technologies. So here we will discuss about two of them. One is for passengers and other is for the crew. So passenger have the in-flight entertainment system through which they can watch a lot of movies, music, videos, etc., which is IFE system, that is in-flight entertainment system. So other one is geographical information system. So passenger also have GIS, like passengers sitting on the airline can also in fact see the location on the map and how much time to destination, and they can also actually locate with the help of GIS where they exactly they are. Then comes to communication system. So if the passenger needs anything, he can always press the call button and he can always call the air hostesses for any particular help, like for it may be for tea, coffee, food or any other requirements. Now coming to crew. So there are certain in-flight technologies which is helpful for the crew and helpful, like tablets. So tablets are given to in-flight crew for the simple reason that they might have a lot of work in flight and they need to feed in a lot of data with regards to the passengers. So navigation, communication and flight logs. So these are something given to air hostesses and other air hostesses. And next is point of sale device. So point of sale device, a lot of passengers are sold goods on boarding. In some aircraft, the passengers are given some products or goods which is for sale. So the crew, and for that particular reason, so point of sale like in ATM, debit or credit card, these cards are used by flight attendants to take money from the passenger. At the arrival, we are here immigration database, e-passports, scanners and cameras and passenger identifications. So first we can discuss about immigration database. So if you are traveling out of the country, you are given a particular form to fill during the flight. So this is for the data for the immigration purpose. So e-passports are there. Now scanners and cameras are put in everywhere. This is first for the security purpose. And passenger identification, so passenger needs to identify again when there is an immigration. Next, coming to baggage and cargo handling. You might wonder that where does your baggage go once you check in? So well, it does go to the cargo of the aircraft, and there are different people who are handling baggage and cargo. So once you get out of the flight and you move towards a particular airport, that is arriving airport, and you go for the collection of your baggage. So baggage which is put in by the baggage handling people or cargo handling people. So these people put baggage onto a conveyor belt and they push this through the conveyor belt and it comes into the conveyor belt of the particular airport where you have landed. There is certain safety and security systems. So coming to the systems, first is the communication system. So which is very important, it's very important in the aviation industry. Next is navigation system, which are used by the pilots. And surveillance system, so it is used by the security staff. And flight and weather information system, used by the pilots or co-pilots with the help of the ATC, that is air traffic control. Environmental management system. So here you can see certain technological applications for monitoring or for governing environment. So here the technological applications like environmental monitoring, energy use, noise reduction, carbon emission reduction, water qualities. So these are the managing aspects, technological aspects, technological applications while managing environment. That brings us to a conclusion on this particular video. Thank you. Stay safe. Once again, thank you. Bye.